welcome to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to you. Going to be reading for the lovely stars sign of Gemini. So Gemini, what have we got here in front of us this week? Something a little bit different. And the reason behind it is I was having a tidy out and I came across some albums, okay, these beautiful albums that I'd acquired back in the 80s, guys, a long time ago, where there was a collection that Marks and Spencer, I think, brought out called The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. It was a big thing back then in the early 80s, and I remember having the book as well and the diaries and what have you. They did everything: china, bedclothes, curtains, you name it. If you do remember that collection and you have got any of it, then please let me know in the comments below. I'm not sure whether it went worldwide, I don't really know, but anyway, so I'll digress. But I decided to pull these out, and I thought, what a natty idea to sit quietly, pull out the cards and put them in this beautiful album and read them to you like a storybook. At the end of the day, I am the poetry witch. You know I love writing, guys, and my poems and what have you. And I just thought it was more fitting to my channel. With that said and done, Gemini, are you sitting comfortably? And we will begin with your story for this week. As I said, I've just put the cards in here. I haven't sort of preempted the stories or anything. So we're just going to go with the flow and see what comes out. So let's have a look then. What comes out in the first tarot card for you? These are some lovely fairy art pictures that I've sort of added in. But the first card that comes out for you this week is the card of expectation. It's that energy of anticipation, more than expectation. I want to say anticipation here. You're in this dreamy state at the moment, okay, of putting thoughts out and thinking what is going to be happening further down the line this year, okay. It's as though you are focusing on a certain month, a certain key event that is going to be taking place. It's also about channeling your energy, using your time wisely, and seeking knowledge as well. There's some expectation here of some of you may be thinking of doing a study course, learning something that would lead to a certification, okay? But today, with everything, we can do online courses, but you are weighing the pros and cons up at the moment about your own expectations for this year. Next card that comes out is the 7th chakra Archangel Uriel. And she holds the book of knowledge as well. There's a big sort of shift here with the 4 and 1 adding up to 5. It's about change, and I feel you want to change direction this year in your life. You want to put some strings to your bow, okay? Spread your wings like she is doing there. Gain knowledge and power, which would then open doorways up for you, where some of you could use your natural abilities that have always been within you. There's something about study, something about learning, and a future vision of seeing yourself achieving something. So I want to say great expectations for my lovely Geminis, okay? We then have the card of not for you. But I feel this is the energy that stops you from doing what you are capable of. The chessboard here is sort of portraying your inner doubt of, oh, well, I don't really think I've got the skills, don't think I've got the abilities to even make that first move. So you're sort of contradicting what your inner self is trying to structure for you, as in, come on, get some focus, you can do this, you can apply for this course. And it's like your inner voice is sort of squeaking out saying, it's not for you, it's not for you, okay? So you're not taking the risk on this your inner voice is sort of painting the picture of, no, you really don't want to start this or venture down here. But there's a fortune cookie on that chessboard, and I feel the fortune cookie is saying this is your fortune. Okay, you do need to make that first move. It can also to do with on a romantic basis for some of you, where there's a checkmate here, where both of you, there's a situation where there's two people really like each other, but neither one of you will make the first move to sort of instigate a relationship, okay? Because you're both probably sitting there thinking, oh no, it's not for me, I can't make that first move. So I've got that kind of a scenario going on as well. Next card that come out is your animal spirit cards, and we've got the scorpion and the beaver. Now the scorpion comes in to give you a sting, okay, like to say, come on Gemini, get off your backside. And as it's the alchemical sign of fire, it is about igniting your passions, of what you want to do and wish to do. And the beaver's there saying, with the alchemical sign of earth, you can do this, you can put the hard work in, okay, and you can achieve this want, dream or wish or whatever it is, even if it is on that romantic sort of scenario. We then have the arrow master, hitting the mark, intention and detachment. The detachment comes in as in you have to detach the fears that are lying within you. 10 is the end of that cycle, and you've got to start hitting the mark and have intention and have focus, okay, for what you want to sort of manifest this year. But then we have the card of patience, and it's saying, don't you think you've had this sort of been in the big freeze? Because I look at the sort of snow on the mountains and the icebergs in the water. You've put your whole life on hold, okay? And it's as though the universe is losing patience with you here, more so. I also want to say some of you may be impatient about starting something as well, and that's why patience comes in to say, look, the thaw is taking place, things are taking shape. Just have patience and it will all come together. We then have the Chariot, which is highlighting the fact that you are being moved in this direction, okay? You still may be sort of pulling on the horses where one is going in one direction, and then you've got your inner voice coming in again, sort of saying to you, oh, you're really sure you want to go down this road, okay? But be mindful that number 7 is there. I'm also a big believer that 7 is a number of the spiritual realms, and I feel you are being guided, okay? You are literally being guided in this right direction. And again, we've got the 10 of Wands coming in with the lullaby, and the 10 of Wands is about movement, okay, packing up and moving on. The 10 again is highlighting the completion. You've done the hard work, you're on the straight and narrow here. Follow that path and see where it takes you. The lullaby comes in as well. Play to your own tune. There's a new moon here. A new symphony is about to begin, okay? And it's just saying to you, you're on the right path and you're singing off the same hymn sheet. We then have the cosmic ancestors. Voice your concerns, okay? Now then, we've got this person standing in the energies of the cosmos, and you're coming back to life. It's as though they're charging you with energy here. And voice your concerns. I want to say this is that inner voice, okay, that keeps nipping in and giving you those doubts. But again, we've got a 10. So all these voices that you keep hearing that are stopping you from being pulled into the energies that you are supposed to be following, I want to say that you need to stop listening to those voices of doubt that you cannot do this, that are trying to put you off, because the energy is pulling you here, okay? You're being directed in doing whatever it is that you have these passions and desires to do at this moment in time. I also feel on the flip side of this that just for a small minority of you, because it's cosmic ancestors, there could be somebody around you in your family who want you to maybe carry on a family business or work for a family business. And it's like, well, I've got other ideas, I've got other plans, and this is where you may have to voice your concerns. It could be somebody in your family is sort of saying, you don't really want to go and study that, or you don't want to do this, or you could be that person telling somebody else, voicing your concerns. But at the end of the day, they have to follow what they are being called to. So it's sort of a message to say, either you need to speak up and tell them that, no, I don't want to be part of the family business. No, I don't want to take that study that you're trying to get me to do. I want to follow my own calling, or vice versa. We then have returning home, and we've got transition, life between lifetimes, loving welcome. Okay, returning home. And I feel this is following your dreams and wishes, having this transition, okay? And it's like the universe is saying, at last, the wake-up call is here, and you are starting to follow and return home, as in return back to your natural source, your natural belief. For a few of you, I do feel it's somebody who's coming home as well, who's been away, who may work in the forces and you haven't seen them for a long time. And it can also be somebody who's been living away from home at university and they are returning home as well. So I do feel there's a celebration for some of my Geminis this week, where they will be open arms in seeing somebody return home. It can also be somebody who's been in long-term hospital or unwell or in respite, and it's sort of they are coming back out of hospital and returning home as well. So just to bear that in mind. So then we have the fairy elements of autumn and the balancing act. Okay, now the balancing act fairy is, as it says, you've got to work out here a structure, a plan for yourself. Now then, the autumn fairy comes out. It's about harvesting. Autumn is about harvesting. So it's saying harvest your dreams, harvest your wishes, and get the balance and focus, because she's fully focused there, and put something down in stone. Okay, start to build a strong foundation and harvest your dreams and wishes. Something needs to be set in stone here with the balancing act fairy. And I feel like it's a promise to yourself, and I feel you need to be focusing and giving you a time scale. And because of the autumn fairy coming out, it's as though they're saying to you, right, you put something down in stone, you make this solid foundation, you work upon it, you focus upon it, and by the autumn, okay, the 7th month, so July going into August, you will start to see the rewards of what you are going to be putting into action. Okay, now what that could be in your work, that could be in a relationship, okay, whatever you're going to set the goal for yourself to achieve, then by the end of July to the start of August going into September is when you will be able to reap those rewards. The last card coming out from Spirit, we have avoid people who negate who you truly are at your core. And didn't I say to you just a couple of pages back, don't let others influence you, okay, where they say you know you need to study this or you need to work for the family business. It's coming out from Spirit saying avoid people who negate who you truly are at your core. You've got to follow your inner calling. It's a big wake-up call for you, this Gemini, this story this week. It's all about losing the fear, taking a leap of faith, not listening to other people's guidance, not listening to that inner voice sometimes who gives you doubts and stops you from sort of taking that leap of faith. So to be mindful of that. So that's what I get for you this week, my lovely Geminis. I hope you can take something from that information. I'm just quickly going to grab these bookmarks that were sent to me recently by one of my subscribers who won the December giveaway. She sent me a little booklet as a thank you, and it's got these little bookmarks in, okay? And I've been sort of selecting out of here random bookmarks that I feel I was drawn to, and I feel for you, Gemini, I'm drawn to this one. Now they are difficult to read. These are, one, because of the way they're typesetted, and some of the words are quite from the day in the past, okay? So bear with me because they are difficult to read. So we've got, there is no frigate like a book. Strange word, okay? There is no frigate like a book. And it says, there is no frigate like a book to take us lands away, nor any courses like a page of prancing poetry. This traverse may the poorest take without a press of toll. How frugal is the chariot that bears a human soul. See what I mean about the old language, okay? There is no frigate, which frigate is like another word for a ship. So there is no ship like a book to take us lands away. So again, I was drawn to this because it's all about study. There's something about Geminis having to study to take them to pastures new, okay, in a soul sense. Because we looked at the end of this poem, it says, how frugal is the chariot that bears a human soul. In other words, to move that soul on to pastures new, to accomplish and achieve things in life. So, my lovely Geminis, very cryptic. I hope you can take something from that reading. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs. And until next time, you take care of yourself. Bye then.